Hi, kamusta mga kaibigan? Ako po si Hannah at welcome po sa channel ko. Ahora yo voy a compartir 7 cosas sobre las lenguas que yo conozco. Je suis assuré, alors s'il vous plaît, ne soyez pas trop tino. Ako tidak pandai dalam hal ini, so please you guys, bear with me. I'm begging you. This is the third attempt for this video because the last two did not work well. So, what can I do but re-record this again? Alright, so without further ado, let's begin. Number 1. The first language I can speak is Tagalog or Filipino because I was born and raised in the Philippines up until I was 4 years old, and miraculously I can still speak and understand. I usually speak Tagalog with my parents, my relatives, and occasionally my friends and strangers too who can speak Tagalog. Number 2. I learned English when I was 4.5 or 5 years old, and that was when I was placed into kindergarten, but failed the exam because I had no idea what English was or how to speak it, so I started in preschool. Number 3. I learned Spanish from 8th grade to 11th grade, and the reason that I learned it at that time was because I wanted to use my educational time wisely, and I don't regret it. When I graduated high school, I got my seal of biliteracy, but technically I'm trilingual at that point. Unfortunately, I don't practice Spanish outside of the classroom. However, I can still speak and understand basic Spanish. And also because I knew Filipino, it helped me a lot with Spanish because some of the words are similar. So for example, the Filipino vaso and the Spanish el vaso both mean a glass for you to drink out of. Another fun fact is I used to eavesdrop on chismosa enfermeras or enfermeras chismosas when I was a student nurse, and also I was able to communicate with my Spanish-speaking patients. Number 4, just to get close to this specific group of friends, I learned extremely basic Bahasa Indonesian earlier this year in late January or early February. So when I told my friends that I was interested in learning Bahasa Indonesian, they were really happy for me, and to help me out, one of them actually wrote me a message. So in that message I had to decode it into English, and the deal was I wasn't allowed to Google Translate word for word what the message was. Instead, what I did was I went on Instagram and I collected captions relating to the same subject of that message, and if I see words that overlap, I would Google Translate the caption and I would figure out what that word was, and then I would decode from there. I'm proud to announce that I actually did decode what the message is, and it's been finished for quite a while now. I'm not gonna read it because it's private. Oh, and because I'm learning it independently, I'm not communicating with anyone in Bahasa Indonesian, so that explains why my pronunciation is probably really bad. And I do have friends who help me correct it along the way, but you know, time difference really kills. Number 5. I learned elementary French 1 in my previous semester, so spring 2016. The reason I took the class was because I really enjoy learning new languages. And luckily for me, I understood it pretty well because of the Spanish I learned beforehand. Some of the words are actually kind of similar too. So, like for example, in Spanish, escuchar and the French écouter, they both mean to listen. Also, another fun fact. I remember at the beginning of class, I would try to speak French, but I was overwhelmed that day, so what happened was I started speaking in Spanish in front of the class. I still have a hard time to pronounce the R in French. Rouge, rouge, rouge. It's from the throat, so it's like you're gargling too. It's like harsh, harsh. I'm still working on it though, okay? Be patient with me. Number 6. I'm very active in learning new languages and retaining it. I practice all these languages on 2 social platforms. One of them is independent, and this one is Duolingo, and this is where I practice my French and Spanish for the most part. And then the other one is Communication Exchange, which is where I talk to native speakers all over the world. And honestly, the number one thing that really kills all of us is the time difference and also our busy schedules. But I made a commitment that I would at least try to message them at least once a day or have them reach out to me online and I would converse with them on there. Number 7. I am a part of a non-profit organization that helps translate the subs for this particular TV series. So what we do is a number of people would translate this episode and we would translate it into English. And then from there, members can translate that into their other languages. So for my job, it's to translate it into Tagalog. So in addition, because we do have some Spanish-speaking and French-speaking members, I can get my hands on the transcript, and from there I just stay active and try to remember what these words meant because I know the context of that episode and whatnot. So that's how I keep myself in check and how I retain my languages. I'm not sure if they announced it or not, but I think I heard before that the group I am in is an official subbing group, so I'm like, I am so blessed to be given this opportunity in this organization because it helps me get my feet wet and figure out what I want to do with my future. So in this case, I am interested in becoming a translator in the future, but I'm not sure if I want to do it full-time, perhaps part-time. So far, I really enjoy it, so who knows? Alright, so that's everything you guys need to know about the languages that I know. Okay, today's closing quote is by Nelson Mandela, and he says, "If you talk to a man with a language he understands, it'll go through his head. But if you talk to him in a language he speaks, it'll go to his heart." So yeah, I really like that quote. I encourage you guys that if you're interested in learning a new language, that you give it a shot. It's really fun, and I promise you that it'll benefit you in the future. And who knows, maybe language will take you somewhere. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching and being patient with me. Maybe in another video I could speak in a different language. And of course I will sub it so you guys will understand what I'm saying. So thank you guys again for watching and have a good week. See you in the next video. Bye!